I'm your host, Benny. You can catch me on Instagram at Benny_Margilla, along with my co-host.
G, you can catch me on Instagram at Way to Go Smiles.
And we are Quotes by Many Podcast. We help everybody having a good day. We're glad to have a special guest today. He a DMV producer, along as a studio owner here in PG. So if you ever in the area, check out my guy, Slopes. How you doing?
Good, bro. Glad to be here, bro.
I'm glad to have you, man. We always start our podcast off with a quote of the day. So we want to know, what's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote.
What's something that you live by?
Yeah, it don't gotta be a quote or you live by a saying.
Quote, no saying, a slogan.
My slogan is mind your business.
And why you live by that?
Because that shit, minding your business, it keep money in your pocket and it keep you out of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Keep you alive and it keep you paid.
Definitely. That's
what
I do.
What can you ask for?
I can't mind my business. That's one thing I do. I just try to stay in my lane, try and mind my business and try to focus on my goals and what I got going, and just what everybody else doing, I try to keep that what they doing. So that's definitely how I live my life too.
That's time taken out of your life, or time taken out of your focus, and when you're worried about what somebody else doing, that shit don't get you paid at all.
It don't get you paid at all. It's just time you don't get back.
And it's stressful worrying about somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like unhappiness. You feel me? So
definitely. How do you keep your peace?
Minding your business. See, you know what I'm saying? You mind your business, you keep your peace too.
That's simple, right?
But I think for me, more so, my peace too be like my being home. My house.
Your homebody.
I would say I'm getting more and more the older I get more and more being a homebody, because I'm just, I done everything you really can do for real out here. I've been out, I did the club thing for years, like nonstop, strip clubs, regular clubs, spending a rack of money. Like I did it for me and my brothers. Like we used to go out every day. Like we had like a schedule.
Damn.
Like we was going to Lotus on Tuesdays. We was going to Stadium on Mondays for the boxing. We was going to Stadium on Wednesdays, back to Lotus on Thursdays. Jeez. Friday nights we was going to all the clubs, and then we ended off with Fuego. Saturday we do the same thing. Sunday was the only day we was chilling.
Oh man, you love the strippers?
Not no more.
Definitely, you can't fuck with them.
I used to when it was a time in my life.
Right. And what you learned from that time in your life?
What did I learn?
Yeah, from that. Was it something that you think it was worth your while?
You think all men got to get that out of their system?
Right.
Nah, it ain't built for everybody.
Facts.
It ain't really built for everybody, and then everybody don't do it the same way. You got it's different types of
levels.
It's different types of strip club goers.
Facts.
I never been what's the strip club called? We were just talking about on Sheriff Road. What was that?
Ebony Inn.
I never been an Ebony Inn type of guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was always a Stadium
high
Fuego.
Quality more.
You know what I'm saying? Just a better vibe. You feel me? Like, cause I ain't never I never really went to the strip club to just be going on some creep shit to go see females. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never done that. Yeah. I was more so going for the vibe. We go chill.
Right.
We throw some money, have a good time, and I got we met a lot of, cool females, and we, friends and stuff out of the situation. I'm a producer, so it's like,
that's what I was really thinking.
More so
networking.
It was networking, because it's like, that's how a lot of people started knowing me, the strip clubs, you know what I'm saying? So, and then that's honestly the word of mouth from them girls.
Definitely.
You in the game.
Yeah. So how the name Slopes come about?
Man, it's a nickname I got in high school when I was in 11th grade. It just stuck with me. Everybody started just calling me. So I went to so many high schools, you know, but everybody was calling me the same name. So it was like, that's how I end up knowing a lot of people.
Right.
Like a lot of strippers I went to school with. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So it's like, I remember they was stripping when we was in high school. They wasn't even supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Dang, that's definitely I know. So I see so many strippers, man. I don't know what the thing. I love the strippers, but I gotta stay away from them, man. I gotta stay away. Just not my cup of tea. But Slope. So how the alley oop come? You throw them beats out. You and the artist, y'all get a chemistry. You throw them oops up to them.
Basically, that's what it is, you know. But that ain't what it came from. It really
Right.
came from like you know what I'm saying. I used to throw niggas a lot of females.
Oh, so
You know what I'm saying? I was
you
the
just been
oop
dipping and dabbing, man.
that's where the alley oop came from. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was. Like it was said in a song, but
Right.
that was the reference. It was because of that.
You stay with them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
Facts.
that's what the reference was then. You know, and I just, you know, I flipped it and turned it into what it needed to be.
And how valuable is it to have a strong woman in your corner? Since you know
Extra valuable, bro. Like it's like I said, it's me. It's like I'm newly engaged.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations,
It's
man.
more so like it give you peace of mind, you know. And I ain't always been perfect with this, you know what I'm saying. It definitely took me some time to grow into where I am. You know what I'm saying. I was doing a lot of shit. You feel me? But you know, it take a strong woman to deal with, you know, certain things, and because of that, you know, you gotta stick with them.
Facts, definitely. So, in the when you was coming up in the game with networking, how powerful was that when you was first coming up?
Strongly, because a lot of in this game is really about who you know.
Definitely, that's what I always say. It's about who you know.
It's about who you know, because
I get no rooms.
it's like you get a I tell people this, like, I'm a realist, and don't think that you know you the best person at what you do.
Facts.
Like, I mean,
There's
you
always
think
room for
it, you
improvement.
think it, you're always supposed to think you're great.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, it's always somebody trying to be better than you.
Better than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't never think I'm the best person doing it, but at the same time, I'm very good at what I do.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm there with anybody, but the difference between me and them is I'm a work. You know what I'm saying? It's that
Right.
work ethic.
So you respect the person in last place the same as you respect the person in first place.
Facts. For sure.
Definitely.
Because, you know, it's like I said, it's easy to make, like, I feel like it's easy to make a beat.
Definitely.
It's people in the industry way up that I feel like aren't really that good. You know what I'm saying? But it's about who they know.
Who they know.
You know what I'm
Getting in them
saying?
rooms.
Yeah, and the relationships that you have, you know. So,
Facts.
because if you decent enough that you're not trash, like if you decent enough, you always gonna get in the rooms if you
Right.
know somebody, as long as you can do the job. You know, it's a lot of people that's good and dope producers, dope beat makers that are capable of doing a job.
Right.
But some of them ain't people like you're not a people person. You know, you might be disrespectful. You might you might stink. Like you know what I'm saying? You might be ugly as shit. You know,
Right.
like it's just different. You know, it's all about it's all different. Like most of the time, I ain't gonna lie. When I go in a room, niggas don't even know I'm the producer or the engineer.
Right.
They usually think I'm the rapper.
So how did that play to your advantage? Not even you just being. They don't know who you are. You just being yourself. They don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time when I'm in the room, I'm already doing my job. I'm getting the job. I'm about to do the job. You feel me? So it's more so like making people more comfortable. You know,
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
How important is that comfortability? You and the artist chemistry, y'all comfortable with each other, so y'all can make that great music.
Yeah, it's very important. You know, just being, because you know, like for me, you want to be able to have certain, like, to bring out music is an emotion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to
Create them emotions in that
yeah,
room.
or people open up to you, want to actually
Right.
talk to you, so you can figure out where y'all want to go. You know what I'm saying?
With the music.
Exactly. You know, so
Facts.
it's definitely you want to make people comfortable when you're in those rooms. Definitely, for sure.
So when was it? When did you first make your first beat?
2011.
In 2011.
2011, I got stabbed, and
Dang.
I couldn't walk. Like I was in a hospital bed, I couldn't walk for a little minute. I got stabbed in the chest, right in the abdomen. So like I couldn't really my muscles had to be rebuilt in my I ain't realize how important that area was until then. But yeah, my brother, he was like, my brother Beezy, shout out to Beezy. He was like, man, make me a beat. You can't do nothing. So just get on your computer and make me a beat.
Dang.
I made a beat for him and I've been making beats ever since. Yeah.
Shout out to Beezy, man. That's a blessing right there.
Nah, for sure.
So what you had a fancy computer? You had a keyboard, or what you used to make this beat? Because a lot of people think you need all this big fancy equipment to get started. What you need? What you use to get started?
I ain't had no MacBook, none of that. I had like it probably was like a little 12-inch Acer or some HP computer, something. It was something trash. I don't even think I had a keyboard for the junk then. Like I was just sitting in the bed, just sitting up, just I was on YouTube trying to figure out how to make a beat. You know what I'm saying? But
And then right there,
yeah, you don't need you definitely don't need nothing fancy.
At a time like that when you got stabbed up, you in there, man. Did you lose a lot of people? Nah, you know what I mean. You had how strong was your
support system.
And
Well,
friends?
music. I mean, it's just really like for me, like my circle really just been my brothers. That's it. You know, Touchy Ali, Trill, and Beezy. Like them really the only people I really run with that I've been with all since then. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I ain't really lost. I don't really cling to people like that. You know what I'm saying? So them my brothers, like, that's really been my circle the whole time.
And I seen you say some similar to them words on Instagram before. Trying to went viral. I was saying you don't really cling with too many people. You know what I mean? The business that you in now. You know what I mean? Doing that.
Yeah, like
and
you gotta
it's
be
area,
cordial and nice,
you know
but
what
at
I
the same
mean?
time, it's just like everybody out for themselves.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, so it's like when you get too friendly, people like they kind of like it's a business, so they kind of try to stray away from the business side when you're being too nice to people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool to be nice, you know, you be cordial, be respectful, but like the friend card, like I try not to do that too much.
Let's keep it strictly business.
Not strictly business, but like just we gotta know like what we here to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Goals.
yeah, we gotta have that
got
common
shit to
goal,
do.
but at the same time, people gotta respect. You know, this is what certain people do for a living. You know, this ain't really like it's my hobby. I'm blessed because I would have did this for free.
Right.
You feel me? But at the end of the day, it's come to a point where this is my actual career. This is my way of life, my way of living. This is how I feed my family.
Definitely.
So people gotta understand like it's still a business to be taken care of, and sometimes people just be on some homie shit like,
Definitely.
dang, you taxing me, you know, all that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that whole thing is weird to me too. I could talk about that for days.
So, how did you learn the beat making business? Who gave you the game on that?
Nobody. You gotta read and it's trial and error and read and understand that you want to make money doing it. So you gotta know that the ins and outs of it. And I still don't know everything.
And elaborate a little bit on the ins and outs, like the publishing. You know that part, right?
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot. It's more so, you just gotta. One thing I say, have you a good lawyer, a good entertainment lawyer. Understand splits, publishing splits. Understand, royalties. You gotta understand. It's a lot because
Definitely.
it's a lot because every royalties and pub splits and all of that's really different. Points on records.
Right.
It's all different. It's not the same.
Definitely. And explain a little bit on the points on records. Like some people get 4 points, 6 points.
It depends. That really depends on who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It depends on who you are. It depends on how much you contributed to it. And it depends on if you're dealing with a record label, stuff like that. It's a lot because you don't know how many people hands in the pot.
Definitely.
You feel me? So it's really, like I said, really for producers and artists, like it's totally different.
Definitely, I know.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Totally.
It's a lot of artists that I get more pub split. I get more percentage on some songs than artists do because
Right.
of the situations that they're in.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Because you own your 100% of your publisher. So because they might be
They
something with them.
they might owe they label 50.
50%, right.
You know, they might owe they manager 20. You know what I'm saying? They might it'd be crazy, bro.
And I was asking you, you said you don't have a manager.
Not anymore, nah. Not anymore. I manage myself right now.
I mean, what happened? Why no more? What happened with that relationship with the manager?
Nothing. It was just, sometimes it's just time to split ways, It ain't nothing happen. It's just more so, sometimes people grow. You know what I'm saying? It's time, So
What you learned from that situation?
um
Is it better to just manage yourself, be independent, or is it?
it really depends on, when you finding a manager, you gotta actually that person gotta believe in you.
Facts
You gotta trust them.
to believe in
sure.
you, right?
And you gotta trust them with
Trust
your
them, period.
business,
Yeah,
because
business.
I know people that's been in situations where their manager be picking up the phone, getting money sent to them. They don't even tell you, and now you look bad
Right.
because it's like, you doing stuff you was supposed to do X, Y, and Z. Your manager ain't tell you, so now you look crazy.
Right.
So you gotta vet these people that you're dealing with.
Definitely.
You know what I'm
Gotta do
saying?
that
Because it
background
ain't even just the business. You know what I'm saying? Because when you got a manager, you gotta trust them. Like that's really like
Your representative.
yeah. So you gotta trust them with a lot. You feel me?
Right.
So if they got any snake in them at all, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta second guess that.
Definitely. What's the difference between a beat maker and a producer?
A beat maker a beat maker ain't in the room. He just making the beat by himself. He don't really have no say so over the song. He or she may not, they don't care who's doing what type of record it ends up being. They don't have no involvement in the song itself. A producer actually,
Get down.
has involvement in the record, hands on. They want to be in there with the artist.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's how I am. I like being in the room with the artist.
Like a DJ Khaled, you want to create the vibe.
I hate emailing beats.
Yeah. You want to let's sit down and make this vibe.
Right. Like even if we not making it, like even if you want to pick a song, I pick a beat out of my catalog, I still want to be in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really want you to just be picking and you just do anything.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
very vocal when it comes to doing songs.
Yeah. I
Definitely.
respect that because a lot of music nowadays, a lot of it is only gonna be here for a second. You know
Right.
what I
You want to
mean?
make something that's an
You wanna
impact.
make, I feel like when people make music like that, then they got a backstory on them legendary songs, them songs that ain't got no dates on it. You know what I
Right.
mean? They didn't say how they came up with these
Timeless
songs and how they
music.
bonded and
Timeless.
how they made that into making this. You know what I mean? So I think that's
Yeah, for sure.
that's gonna be something. That's
Facts.
gonna be something.
Facts.
Building that.
So when you how long it took you to build your name? Like having that patience with it. Like, why make you ain't give up? Like when you ain't first pop on.
I feel like I'm still building it. You
Yeah.
know, I'm still building it.
Right.
In my area, in my city, I just feel like it was very strategic for me because it was like a lot of people knew. It was weird though. I'm gonna tell you this. Like me and my bros, like we went to the club a lot. Like I was saying before, we went to the club a lot. It got to the point where people was like, yo, I want beats from him. I'm trying to get a beat from him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody heard my beats though.
Right.
I never had a song out. It was hype. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
How
'Cause
do you build that up?
looking the part.
Just looking apart.
It was more so, we just get money. You feel me? So it's like, it's more so like people look at it like, my mother taught me this. People want to spend money with people that look like money.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So like, me being out or me going out and, just getting money with my brothers and, us doing our thing, it just make people be like, oh,
Want to
I
spend money with him.
because it's like,
Definitely.
oh, somebody paying them to do it, so it must be right. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? So that's more so how it was. But for me, I never wanted to put out no product, and I wasn't good. And to my ears, it wasn't like what I hear on the radio.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be sure, like, once I got to a point where I was giving out, production and being in the room with artists, I was actually good enough to maintain and stay in the room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not like,
It's hard.
oh, that was hype. You really trash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
you
what
gotta
I'm saying?
explain that because it's harder to. It's easy to get, but
Consistency
it's
and
harder
stuff,
to
you know what I
maintain.
mean?
Why is consistency so important with
Yeah,
building your name with anything?
That's why I didn't rush it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because I could have put out, I could have had beats out here floating around that was garbage, just
Popcorn.
trying to get a couple dollars. But for me, it was
Bigger than
I
that.
seen tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like I was trying my best to, build something that was gonna last. I wanted to be good enough to, because in my head, I like what I wanted to make. Like, it's easy. Like, you want to make certain things, but you really gotta practice and actually sound selection and melodies and music theory. Like, you gotta really know what you're doing when it's coming to producing, because it ain't even just about
beat
the
making.
beat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's about the sound.
you gotta once you put the vocals on it, that's gotta mesh too. You gotta
Right.
know how you want it to sound.
Facts.
Because a lot of artists, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of artists I work with, they don't have a clue how they want to sound.
So, they
know what
looking
I'm
for
saying?
you to do that.
Yeah, and that's my job. My
Right.
job is to,
Create a sound.
create a sound and to, put something together where we both, can be happy about, you know what I'm saying, this song or this record or whatever we working on.
In the DMV, do you feel like how you feel about the relationship with artists and producers? Why you feel like there's not a lot of artists blowing up in the DMV?
That's like a 2-part question.
Right.
Because like the first part you was saying, as far as artists and producers,
The relationship.
I honestly feel like artists don't respect producers.
Dang.
So it's hard for like the generations coming up, like the youngins, when they see other people not respecting the producers, it's hard for the next person to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I tell people all the time, like, engineers and producers, really, they be given, like, they have a bad reputation
Why you say that?
because people like playing with engineers. You know what I'm saying? People like playing with, like I've been in rooms with,
Niggas be trying to play with you.
bro, they don't play with
Oh,
me.
all right, man. Make sure they
Because
don't
it's
play.
an energy.
Nah,
It's an
the
energy you give
and it's
off.
the vibe,
But
yeah.
I see it. Like,
seen
I
it
see
happen,
how like engineers or producers will let a nigga talk to him
Any kind of way.
crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, really hone him. Like, talk to him crazy. Like, and I'm just be sitting there like, I ain't gonna lie. So I had a situation one time in my studio, like it was an artist I was working with, big artist from here, you know what I'm saying? And he kind of played with my engineer that was dead because I was out of town.
Definitely.
So my thing was, I was just like, you wouldn't have done that if I was there.
Right.
You treated him like he was a substitute teacher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't do that. And it's more so a respect thing. And I know, like, for me, like, he more so didn't want to be disrespectful. Like, my engineer, he didn't want to be disrespectful.
Right.
So he let it slide. But I told him, like,
Just
you gotta
respect
really,
your brand.
but you really gotta tell, like, you really gotta, like, it's because we running a business, but at the
Right.
same time, you can't let people play like with the business. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they doing. They more so they playing with the business as a whole. I don't look at it as you just talking to an individual.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even nothing they said. It was just the way they was acting when I was there. I don't tolerate certain things in my studio. You know what I'm saying? So if you wouldn't do it when I'm there, don't do it when I'm gone.
So I've been in some of them settings and like it's y'all studio. You know what I mean? Yeah, you paying for it. And they be the ones don't even got a lot of money, ain't booking big enough. You know
but
what I mean?
you wouldn't do that if you went. You wouldn't do that if you went to Louis Vuitton.
Then they in the joint.
You wouldn't do that if you went to the Louis Vuitton store.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do
You wouldn't do
aqua
that. You wouldn't do that if you went to these certain places of business. You'd be scared to do certain things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Respect me just like you respect them.
Exactly.
exactly. You know,
Definitely.
so
That's crazy. So how do you manage both being a producer and being a studio owner? Managing both. I know it's like it really
It's
go hand in
hard.
hand because you
I ain't
really
gonna
do
lie,
what
it's
you
hard
love.
though. It's hard though because um I have to I had to learn to separate myself from my studio. Like
Okay.
me, the individual, the producer,
Right.
I had to separate myself from my studio
Right.
because everybody was coming to
For
see
you.
me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like if I'm running this business,
You're supposed to
I
be
really
sharing the
don't
sugar
want
for
to.
everybody.
Yeah, I really don't want. Like I would give away sessions to people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's like I want the business to flourish.
Right.
I don't want to have to do it.
Right.
Honestly, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like I'm blessed. I appreciate it. But like I said, I'm running a business and I got other employees. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's like
Just like a barbershop.
But one thing I can say though, my engineer is dope. Like I don't put nobody in the room that's you know what I'm saying.
Subpar.
I feel like they just as good as me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I don't went through some engineers, you know what I'm saying? The only one that lasted for real is my boy Tone. Shout out to Tone. He probably the only person as an engineer, honestly, like that I could trust him with whatever.
Shout out
You know what
to
I'm saying?
Tone,
Shout
man.
out to Tone,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Yeah, definitely. Like I can trust him to do in whatever session with anybody.
He gonna take care of
He
it.
gonna take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So
So what's your process of building your team? Like what you look for?
I don't look for nothing, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You gotta see them already.
My team was built over years, like
Definitely.
just God bringing people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never looked for nothing. I don't put out no ads. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like when we hiring, yeah, but like my core team, like it was just over time.
Definitely. Facts. So what's the next thing for you, the next level for you? And what you see, you say you can see yourself, you still see yourself growing. So what's next for you? Like how do you assess yourself and your goals? Like how do you know that you're growing? Like how do you know
Well,
it's
more
growth?
so, I'm just focused on because we, I just we building a brand new studio right now.
Okay.
Um,
Where that's located at?
it's gonna be in Clinton, Maryland.
All right.
You know, so we building we got a brand new building that we building from scratch right now. So that'll be open soon to the public. And then that's my focus, and then just making records, man. I've been on the road a lot, dealing with artists. Working with my boy Derek Milano. He's a writer, big writer. Saying Grammy Award winning writer.
Definitely.
I engineer for him as well. Produce
Right.
a lot of songs with him.
And how do you build that relationship? How did y'all get connected?
It's over time. Like I was rocking with bro before he was, you know what I'm
Who
saying?
he was.
Yeah, and we was always cordial. I never treated him any different,
Definitely.
Like before all of that, he would call me, like he'd be in town. He'd be like, yo, I'm trying to pull up. Let's work.
Yeah.
So we would sit and work, bro. He the fast, like even back then, bro, we do like 5-6 songs in an hour. Completed though, finished. Like the nigga like his mind worked crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now he writing for Beyonce and
Dang.
Megan Thee Stallion and all these artists. A lot of songs. Moneybag Yo, like Waukesha, he wrote that. You feel me? Like
Dang, that's
it's
crazy.
like a lot of stuff. There's a lot of you know what I'm saying. So now we be on the road. I work on a lot of these records with him. You know what
Definitely,
I'm
that's
saying? So
good.
shout out to him because he put me in a lot of rooms. Derek Milano,
Definitely.
shout out to him too, bro.
Big shout out.
So how do you maintain that relationship?
Just be cool, bro. Like honestly, like I be in like that be a lot of people problem. Like they get in rooms with certain people
When they get
and
starstruck and
they act weird.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's either one or the other. They either too hyper and they acting weird, or they too
they make
shy.
somebody
You know what I mean?
uncomfortable, like
Make
you
it-
trying,
yeah.
like you want to move.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You just gotta be cool, be yourself, just chill. You know what I'm saying? I see everybody as the same, man.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look at it like if we all wasn't in this room, like obviously we still working towards something.
Definitely.
It ain't perfect, we still trying to strive to be great.
Be great.
So if we all in the room together, you know what I'm saying, we're all needed here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no
This was
reason.
meant.
There's no reason to act weird. Like you in the room, do your job. You know what I'm saying? That's
Definitely.
just how I look at it. You feel me? So
Facts.
yeah.
So I But thank you for having you, man. That's it for real. That's all I really have for you, my
Nah,
boy.
that's cool, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I
bro.
appreciate you though, man. And I thank you for taking the time because we try to build our thing. We try to stay consistent. We want to just tap in with more people, building a stronger network with quotes
that's dope.
in our brand. So
And tell
that's what we trying to
everybody
do.
pretty much where they can find you at,
Right,
where they
right.
can, you know what I mean, get up.
Yeah, I'm
they
on
need.
I'm on Instagram, Big Slopes with the alley oop. You know, I'm trying to get my social media game up. I've been
You been
active-
you look
I've been-
clean though on there.
Yeah. I feel like I don't post enough though. I don't
Right.
post enough content. I be in my mind. I want to do so much stuff,
Yeah.
Right.
but it's like I'm just so not like.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Dealing
I
with
feel like
real
I be.
life, man.
It ain't even that. I feel like I just be putting too much pressure on myself because it's like I look at it like I don't want to take no phone pictures.
Definitely.
Like,
you
I'll
want
be
them. You
like-
want them icy.
Yeah, like I don't want to take no phone pictures. I want my videos to be with a
Icy,
cameraman.
and
Like
all that. Yeah.
I feel
He's
like
spoiled you now. He's out with that.
I feel like so I be like my content. I just be like, man,
Definitely.
like
Yeah.
I be just it just be crazy, bro. I be trying to have a cameraman with me everywhere,
you
bro.
go.
I ain't
That
gonna-
content is everything though.
Nah, for sure.
The content is powerful, right, man? That's why we try and get more consistent with our content. That's why we try and add this to the Quotes brand.
Yeah.
Nah,
We're
for
gonna
sure.
add the podcast because we all about positivity, positive movement. That's why I try to surround myself. That's why I said I knew you was a positive dude because